Hey guys, welcome to another quick tutorial here in Churchly. In this video, we're going to be talking about finalizing our branding, our colors, our typography, some of our buttons and things. So in the first video, we added a color and we added our logo, but we didn't get to add our typography and make sure that matched our brand. And you're seeing a few colors here that don't match our branding, and I'll explain why in a moment. So we're going to fix that in this video. So this should be very helpful in styling your site. So if you'll look to the left of your screen, you'll see this little paintbrush. This is the global styling option. Go ahead and click on that. That's going to open up global styling. As you can see, we've got a couple elements that will be coming soon where you can globally style your buttons and your forms. But as of right now, you have to do those individually throughout the website. But right now, we can jump into text. Let's jump into text styling. And by default, we've created this theme with Open Sans as the paragraph font and Montserrat as the header text font. We've added text link color and the mouse over color. So you can change those to match your brand. As you'll notice when you click on that orange that you selected whenever we created the website is there. So yours might be a different color, obviously, to match your brand. So mine is orange because that's what I selected. So it's here by default, which is pretty cool. So you don't have to go find that color again. It's in your library. So let's jump up to the top though. If you wanted to change paragraph text, you could. You could choose a different font in here. And maybe you're not seeing a font that you like and that matches your brand. And that's cool. No big deal. We can fix that. Let's jump back a screen and let's click on Add Fonts. Now you'll see there is a font added called Montserrat, and that's from the Google Font Library. You can add up to 4 fonts from the Google Font Library on your site, which is pretty cool. You shouldn't use more than 4 fonts anyway. You shouldn't be using any more than 2 fonts throughout your website from a styling perspective, from a good design perspective. No more than 2 fonts and nothing super crazy. But let's click on Add Fonts, and you'll see a list of the most popular fonts that will populate here in the Google Fonts. It tries to give you a quick preview of what that font looks like. Roboto, Open Sans, Lato is a great body font. Open Sans is a great body font. Montserrat is a great header font. It just depends on what matches your brand. So you'll see previews of them here. And if you see one that matches your font, or if you already know one that matches the font of your branding, you can jump straight to it in this alphabetical screen. I like the fonts that are here. I'm going to go ahead and add Lato, and I'm going to set that as regular. And so now we've got 2 fonts added to our library, which means we can use those in our styling. So let's go back to text styling, and for paragraph, now we can see Lato in the screen. Let's select Lato. You can change the size. It's at 15 right now. I think maybe 16 would be good. That's a good readable size. And then the header, I like Montserrat. I'm going to leave it. So text links, I am going to change this to my brand color. So I'll select my orange. And for mouse over, I'm going to select orange. But I'm going to make it maybe a little darker so that it changes when you hover over it with your mouse. You can also select underline whenever you hover over a link. I like it. We're going to confirm it. We'll jump back into styling real quick. You see there's a screen here for desktop, and there's an icon here for mobile. So you can select different font sizes for your mobile than for your desktop, which is really helpful because right now, as you see, our text is outside of the screen on mobile. And so we could adjust that size, and whenever we go see our site again here in a minute, you'll see that get updated. Let's confirm it, and let's jump back into our header, in our desktop view. Down at the bottom, you'll see 3 icons: desktop view, tablet view, and mobile view, phone view. This is where you can see how things are going to look on mobile versus desktop. And you can make adjustments on each one of those, which will apply to that view size. Let's jump back into styling because that's what we're here for right now. Color palette. So your primary color you've already set. So I'm going to grab that code. I just copied and pasted, and I'm going to paste it in my secondary color. I'm going to paste it here, and then I'm going to maybe make it a little darker. So that could be like a darker accent color to my orange, maybe a complementary. I like the other colors, so this could be used for text color. This might be used as an accent somewhere, and then white. If you've got a colored or dark background, you could use white. The background color of all of our pages is going to be white. You can change that, but I would suggest white because it makes it easy to read. And our main text color is kind of a charcoal color. You can make it darker or lighter, but the darker the better. Let's go back to global styling and look at website layout. Right now, it is a full width website, which means it touches both sides of your browser window. You can do a boxed width, which, as you can see, now gives you this kind of nice shadowing and then a color back here. You can do a color, you can do a pattern, and that will get updated. You can upload your own pattern as a background, or you can just leave it as white, kind of a light gray. I like full width. It works best in this for this website. You can do a boxed. It's not a problem. It's just your preference. That's kind of it for global styling. That gives us our colors. That gave us our typography. There are a few other styling things we're going to do here, and one is make our logo bigger. Our logo is really small at the moment, so let's hover over logo and click on this edit settings, this settings wheel. We're going to do maximum logo height. We're going to bring it up. Let's say 100. 100 is good. Doesn't need to be huge. Logos don't need to be huge, contrary to popular belief. So our color is here in the button. Our color is here in this button. What's going on with this purple? So this was a default color in the Asher design. It's not a solid color. That's why it didn't get changed. It's a color with an opacity. If you'll see, this opacity is brought down so that you can see the image behind it. See, if I bring it all the way up, you can't see the image anymore. So let's select our orange. Now we can't see our image, so let's bring opacity down to where we can see our people back there a little bit. Now this adds some life to our site. So this is our, we clicked on block, and here we are in this container settings. We can change the image, we can delete the image, we can add our own image. We don't have to use an image, it can just be a color if you wanted. It can even be a video. So we added an overlay color. See, if I uncheck that, you see it go away. Add an overlay color, and the color is our orange, and then we just lower the opacity a little bit so we can see through it. So that's quickly how to change that. This button has a purple outline. We can click that as well by clicking on it and clicking this edit style. It has a border color. Let's change that to orange as well. So now that updated that for us. Again, let's click on column. This has a background image, and it had that purple overlay again. So let's just adjust that just like we did before. Let's click our orange and bring the opacity down a little bit. And you can update this image here if you'd like. Delete it, remove it, add your own. It's up to you completely. So that's quickly how to do some styling. We updated our typography, our color. We updated the website layout. We added fonts from the Google library. Changed our color palette. We did all kinds of cool stuff here. Let's make sure we save our changes. If you don't like what you did, you can always click discard, and it will take you back to what you had when you got started. But let's click save. And now if we click on website preview, you can see your site and all of the changes that you've made reflect here. Our button color, our background image color, everything here, our hover color, it got darker like we added. Now in our next video, we'll jump into the menu and our pages and how to edit those, how to edit this menu, how to rearrange things in the menu and add different pages, remove pages, so that you can have the site that works for you. Maybe there's too many pages here, not enough, and we can jump in that in this next video. So thanks for joining us on this video. See you in the next video.